Greetings, Chairperson and Committee. My name is David Avanzino, and I am against SB 270. Like I said, my name is David Avanzino. I am an American Army veteran with 3 tours of wartime engagement. Part of the Soldier's Creed states, "I serve the people of the United States. I will never leave a fallen comrade behind. I am a guardian of freedom and the American way of life. I am and always will be a soldier. I fought for all of you to have the right to sit in the chairs that you currently occupy, and I am now fighting attacks coming from those same chairs directed towards fellow Arkansans and Americans. I am also an alderman with the Eureka Springs City Council, a city council that fervently supports and embraces our LGBTQ community and LGBTQ tourists. We have unanimously enacted ordinances to accept and protect marginalized people. Arkansas's SB 270, if enacted, means transgender people will have to make the impossible decision of breaking the law or revealing their private medical information, not to mention the obvious risk of harassment and violence that comes with forcing transgender women into men's restrooms and transgender men into women's restrooms. There is absolutely zero evidence that this bill is even warranted. Here is a scenario for you to think about. A woman, which could be your wife, sister, mother, or daughter, with breast cancer, maybe has lost her hair, double mastectomy, is mistaken as a man in a woman's bathroom. Will she be accused and arrested? At what point do we say enough is enough? The senator said on the Senate floor that subpoenas for birth certificates and DNA tests could be used in defense of this bill when a trans person is arrested for entering a public restroom. Where in any constitutional endeavor could this be legal, and how is it even ethical? This proposed law is unenforceable and will encourage vigilante justice and mob mentality, furthering violence against Arkansans and its tourists. I shudder to think about the violence against our children and our schools just because a bully may think that a classmate is transgender. The fear of violence, rape, and even murder are already a daily reality for transgender people. These are things that I worry about as well for my trans friends, my trans constituents, my trans husband. Bills like these will make it unsafe for trans people to go out in public in the state of Arkansas. Sometimes legislators have even fantasized about committing such acts of violence. In 2012, a Tennessee state representative who introduced his very own anti-trans bathroom bill that year described just what he'd do if he discovered a transgender woman in the same bathroom or dressing room as his wife or one of his daughters. He spoke of violence and brutality. As quoted in the Chattanooga Times, "I would stomp a mud hole in her and then stomp her dry." We all know his family would never be put at risk. A person just needed to take care of a basic human function, and that was to pee. That state lawmakers feel so emboldened to threaten trans people with physical violence is a testament to the hostile and scary world in which trans people live. This proposed law and the conversations about them contribute to the climate in which, according to the National Institutes of Health, 82% of transgender individuals consider suicide during their lives, and 40% have attempted suicide, and that transgender women of color are increasingly the target of deadly violence and murder. It is quite clear whose privacy and very lives are really at risk if state legislatures continue to succumb to anti-trans fear and hatred and give it state sanction. Transgender people are my comrades. They are fellow Arkansans and fellow Americans. This soldier will not leave them behind. Chairman and members of this committee, I urge you to vote no on SB 270. I will take questions if you have them.
Members, any questions? Seeing no questions, thank you for being here today.